Yep.
Hopefully you can hear me.
Oh, you got your notes?
Oh, yeah. All about you as well. And a very warm welcome inside St Andrews for Blues Women's 4th game of this new championship season. Blues picked up a point on the road at Lewes last time out, claiming a first clean sheet in the process as well of the campaign. So can Darren Carter's side build on that this afternoon in front of a home crowd to claim a first victory of the season? Ahead of the first international break of the campaign, they come up against the Charlton side, who are 2 places but just 1 point ahead of them in the early table. Karen Hill's team also winless from their first 3 games, and like Blues will be hoping that this afternoon is the game which propels them up the division to get a bit closer to the position they ended last term and a push for the Women's Super League. Delighted to be joined by Cerys Harrop this afternoon on Blues TV. Cerys, really ahead of this break that the Blues and Charlton teams have got coming up, imperative that Darren Carter's side can get a win on the board now, isn't it?
Absolutely, yeah. Obviously, I haven't had the great start to the season that himself and the girls would have liked. So, yeah, I think it's really important that, well, really the 3 points is what the girls need today. So they'll be very aware of that. And, yeah, hopefully we can get the result.
We are awaiting the arrival of the 2 teams, so let me take you through the all-important team news this afternoon. And Darren Carter making 5 changes from the 0-0 against Lewes last weekend. And importantly, it's a first start for the new Brazilian signing, Ivana Fuso. She is in alongside Ellie Mason, Martha Harris, Lucy Quinn and Libby Smith. Making way this afternoon, Gemma Lawley, Jamie Finn, Christy Harrison-Murray, Claudia Walker and Katie Dungate, who of course is suspended. So Blues line up this afternoon with Lucy Thomas in goal, a back 3 of Niamh Heron, Louise Quinn and Ellie Mason. The wingers will be Martha Harris and, on the occasion of her 100th appearance for Blues women, Lucy Quinn. In the middle, Remy Allen and Jade Moore. Ivana Fuso is behind Jade Pinnock and Libby Smith up front. For Charlton Athletic, who lost 3-2 at home to Watford last weekend, they bring in 4 players. Jess Gray in goal in place of Sian Rogers. Back 4 is Rebecca McKenna, Kira Skeels, Beth Rowe and Sophie O'Rourke. Midfield 3 of Mary Bashford, Carla Humphrey and Kate Longhurst, and the front 3, Melissa Johnson, Kaylee Green and Angela Addison. The 2 teams are out onto the field facing the Kop, and Cerys Harrop alongside me. It's going to be an exciting afternoon, hopefully, and we keep everything crossed that Darren Carter's side can get the 3 points. How do they go about doing that this afternoon?
I think he needs to make it clear what the game plan is. I think any team going into a game, you have to obviously focus on yourself first. You're obviously aware of the opponents and what they can bring, but really Birmingham today just need to focus on themselves, know their roles and what they need to do, and hopefully the result will come from that.
And it's been an exciting transfer window, hasn't it, for Blues? We mentioned Fuso, who is playing today just behind the front 2, but they've brought in some other players as well, and plenty of excitement when they are able to play the likes of the South Koreans, Cho So-hyun and Cho Yu-ri as well. Plenty to look forward to if you're a fan of Blues women, would you say?
Absolutely. They're bringing in quality international players who have experience not just at international level but also in the WSL. Cho is a former teammate of mine at Spurs, and yeah, she's a good footballer and a lovely person. I think she'll fit in well. So yeah, it's really promising. See, there's obviously investment going into the women's side, and they're being able to attract top quality international players.
I heard you got on well with her. Did you have to convince her or talk to her about Blues and St Andrews and how great it would be to play here?
No, I was surprised as anyone when I saw on the transfer deadline day that she'd signed. So yeah, it was brilliant. You kind of when we both left Tottenham, you just kind of think, oh, I might not see her again, but no, it was a nice surprise. See that she's come on board, and yeah, I'll be showing around Birmingham, all the nice coffee shops, so yeah, looking forward to that.
The referee this afternoon is Amy Fern from Loughborough, but first we will pause. A minute's silence ahead of this afternoon's championship fixture.
I still can't hear.
The two captains are in the centre circle. Louise Quinn for Blues Women, Kate Longhurst for Charlton Athletic. And both sides, Kerris alongside me, will be desperate for that first victory. Charlton with their 2 draws and a defeat in their first 3 games. Birmingham City 1 draw and 2 defeats. Both sides, certainly if we use last season as a judge, would be expecting to be further up the table perhaps.
Absolutely, yeah. I think with the likes of the players that even Charlton have signed as well. You know, you've got like Kate Longhurst in now, Kaylee Green. And these are all experienced WSL players that were bought in to improve the team's chances of getting promotion to the Women's Super League. So yeah, both teams will be desperate to get the 3 points today. And yeah, we'll see how it goes. Should be a good competitive game.
Both sets of players in a huddle. And we are about to get underway in this Women's Championship fixture at St Andrews. Tom Marlowe and Kerris Harrop with you to see if Birmingham City can get a first win this season. And a good home record last campaign, 7 wins, 2 draws and 2 defeats as they went up to the 47 points that they achieved last season. Charlton, as we watch it, will be kicking from left to right in this first half, and it will be Charlton Athletic which will be kicking us off through Kate Longhurst. But first of all, both sets of players take a knee. And we are off and underway at St Andrews with Charlton kicking off and ball out to the right-hand side. Already looking for Melissa Johnson on this far side, who's got history in this fixture. That 2-2 draw back in March at St Andrews. She went for a golden boot in her debut season with Charlton. She shared that particular prize. And it's Charlton who have the ball with Johnson on this right-hand side. Blues through Lucy Quinn, clearing the ball away on her 100th appearance. Important, Kerris, that Blues do get off to a good start this afternoon in front of their home supporters, and well, an early goal would be nice, wouldn't it?
Absolutely, it would. Yeah, I think going into any game, you want to get a good start, so I think Blues just need to settle it in the first 10-15 minutes, get good possession, and that's only going to build their confidence. When you have possessed the ball, obviously puts the other teams in kind of that little element of doubt as well. So yeah, hopefully Blues can just maintain a bit of possession and create some chances in the final third.
Lucy Quinn preparing to take this throw in on the near side for Blues. Allen dispossessed, cleared away by the Charlton Athletic defence. Another throw-in for Darren Carter's side, who lost on the opening day at Blackburn Rovers. It was a 2-1 defeat here against Crystal Palace before that 0-0 draw against Lewes. Quinn with the throw-in. First touches for Fuso in a Birmingham City shirt, and she's won a corner. An opportunity for the likes of Heron and Louise Quinn to make it forward into the penalty area. Quinn, who scored Blues' first goal of the season in that home defeat against Crystal Palace. Corner is taken towards goal, it hits the roof of the net, goes out of play, and that's a frustration. Kerris with the big defenders forward in the box, looking for something that the corner kick taker on this near side, Quinn, couldn't get a better delivery into the box.
Yeah, what was interesting is Blues have obviously crowded the goalkeeper, and there's 2 Blues players free on the edge of the box. I think it's Remy Allen and one other. So I'm thinking just hit it there, like drill it out to the edge of the box and have an attempt from there. So hopefully they might mix it up for the next set piece.
Quinn. On his left-hand side now is Ellie Mason, one of 5 changes made by Darren Carter this afternoon. She was looking for Libby Smith, who's returned from injury. She got a goal last season, making her 48th appearance for Blues women this afternoon. Here's Smith. The left-hand side, the flag has gone up on the far side, and it will be a free kick for Charlton Athletic, who drew on the opening day against Sheffield United. Kaylee Green on target. She's back in the side this afternoon. It was a 0-0 at Reading after that, before a 3-2 home defeat to Watford, when Carla Humphrey and Angela Addison were on target. There's a header forward by Mason. Allen battling with it on halfway, and she's cleared the ball into the Charlton half. Charlton skipper Skeels to her left, and O'Rourke. O'Rourke playing the long ball forward, headed away by the Blues defence. Heron in possession, plays it back to Ellie Mason. Fuso again, good close control by the Brazilian side, and now it's played forward looking for the run of Libby Smith. The goalkeeper Jess Gray comes out to clear. There will be a throw in on this near side, but encouraging signs. The majority of the first 5 minutes have been played inside the Charlton half.
Yes, what we asked for, didn't we? To build the confidence and just get with the flow of the game. So yeah, I'd like to see Lucy Quinn, the wing-backs, push on a little bit. Charlton are only playing with Kaylee Green up top. Charlton actually sitting quite deep at the moment, so I think Blues need to be brave, get Lucy and Martha Harris high and joining in the attack, and they'll have to create more chances for themselves.
Lucy Thomas, the Blues goalkeeper, keeping that clean sheet at Lewes last weekend. Her 4th appearance of the season. Mason. It's given away though. Charlton have it back through Skeels. Now Humphrey on this right-hand side, played forward by Bashford. Green looking for Johnson, but Allen is there. Back it goes to Lucy Thomas. Good footwork by the Blues number 1. Now coming out of their penalty area, Jade Moore. Pennock unable to control it. It'll go out of play on the far side for a Charlton Athletic throw-in. They finished 4th last season with 11 victories, 5 draws and 6 defeats. Their away record was slightly mixed, 5 wins, 2 draws and 4 defeats, and they have a throw-in on the far side in front of the supporters in the Kop. There's Fuso again. First chance for Blues fans to see Fuso this afternoon, Kerris, and we saw a minute or two ago what good close control the new signing has got.
Yeah, she's bringing the Brazilian samba, as she said she would in her announcement video. earlier this week. So yeah, it's just she's obviously going to be a technical player. She's got a bit of physicality about her as well. So yeah, just really hoping she can make a good start to her time at Blues and get off to a flying start.
Charlton free kick, an opportunity for the likes of Skeels, the captain, to make their way towards the edge of the penalty area. Melissa Johnson, the former Leicester and Villa and Bristol City player, is buzzing around outside the D at the moment. The ball is sent in, cleared away by Jade Moore. Side in red still have it. It's a ball looking for Skeels, who'd stayed forward from the free kick, but it will go out to play for a goal kick. A first opportunity to see what Charlton have got going forward, Kerris.
Yeah, Carla Humphrey, I think she's known for a few long range shots, so she had an attempt there, but yeah, easily ran out, and no trouble for Lucy Thomas there.
Thomas, who's been called up by the England under-23s for the international break which approaches. This the last game for a couple of weeks until the trip to Southampton on the 1st of October. And Blues will come forward now. Allen and Quinn. Skips away from McKenna. Quinn coming forward, and a good slide challenge in there from Bashford. And a second corner already inside the opening 8 minutes for Blues, and that was a good move down the left-hand side, Kerris.
Yeah, Quinny's got forward there, which I said, a few minutes ago. I think she'll be more effective higher up. She's naturally a attacking player. I was surprised actually to see her at left wing back, but ultimately, yeah, your wing backs will get high anyway. So, real good touch around the defender there and attempted to get across into the box.
On the 100th appearance, Quinn takes the corner to Fuso, who lets go the shot, and it's a diving save by Jess Gray. First effort on target for Blues this afternoon. It's the record signing Fuso from 20 yards, but a good diving save to keep it out.
Yeah, well, I just said it, didn't I? Find the player in the edge of the box. Fuso and Remy are free, so I'm surprised Charlton again aren't picking it up now. For me, just do it again and get another shot on target. We'll see what Quinny decides to do.
She's there waiting. Allen as well inside the D. The corner's taken inside the 6-yard box. There's Fuso to play it forward again. It's pinballing around and cleared away by the Charlton Athletic defence. But you wonder, Kerris, don't you, with Remy waiting just outside the D and Fuso again, maybe they could have repeated the corner routine.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, I'm very surprised Charlton didn't then change it. Fuso just had a free shot on target. Sure, Karen Hills might address that maybe. Well, she should do it really within the game, but certainly at half time. But no, yeah, if Blues can keep making the most of that opportunity, free shot the edge of the box, then something might come of that.
Good early confidence boosting save for Jess Gray in the lineup this afternoon for Charlton Athletic women. Sian Rogers, who had a spell at Blues when she was younger, is on the bench this afternoon for the Addicks. Another throw in for Blues on this near side, which Quinn will take. Libby Smith is over here trying to keep the ball in play, but Amy Fern has judged that it's just snuck out, and it will be a throw in on this near side for Charlton Athletic. 0-0 is the score, ticking past 10 minutes now at St Andrews. Now Johnson. Good layoff by Green into her path, but it's back from the side in royal blue, and it's Heron back to her keeper, Lucy Thomas. Thomas with the low clearance, but Johnson who plays it through the legs of Remy Allen. Controlled on this near side now by Mason. Allen, it just about made it to Lucy Thomas. It just about had the power, and now Blues will try and break, and it's played forward by Smith. She's looking for the run of Pennant, but the goalkeeper was there, Gray, to clear it away. Charlton have it. Coming forward now is Longhurst, their skipper. Former Chelsea, Liverpool and West Ham United midfielder. Skeels. Now Rowe. Back to Skeels again. First real chance for Charlton to ping the ball around a bit inside the Birmingham City half. Rowe controls it, plays it to her left, and Skeels, who take a couple of touches and come over halfway. Fuso now was challenged there by Bashford. It was a fairly hefty challenge, and Fuso has won the free kick.
Bit of a hefty one on Jade Pennick as well. I think that one was defender was. I think she won the ball, but she was slightly late. But Jade's getting back up on her feet now, which is good to see.
How enjoyable is it for you, Kerris, to be back at St Andrews, being the record appearance maker? 261 games, wasn't it, for Blues? Having announced your retirement, didn't you, in the summer?
Yeah, it's great to be back. Obviously, just really pleased to see the investment that seems to be going into the women's team. So yeah, hopefully it'll be a promising couple of years. Well, it's not the greatest start, but you know, it's a lot of changes. You know, and in terms of a lot of change, I've been at clubs myself where there's a lot of change, it can affect things. But hopefully a win today will set them on the right path.
Louise Quinn on this Blues left-hand side, interception, but coming forward now is Mason. She runs out of pitch, and it will be a throw for Charlton on this near side. And you'll have known Karen Hills, the Charlton Athletic manager, fairly well as well, wouldn't you, from your time at Spurs? What was she like as a head coach? Yeah,
Karen brought me in at Tottenham alongside Wan, but yeah, I like Karen. I got on well with her. She's very old school, which is, I kind of like that because I'm a bit of an old school player myself as well. So yeah, she'll demand a lot out of her players, but she's also a lovely person as well. So yeah, well, I wish her all the best. Not as much success as Blues, obviously, but still, you know, you always like to see your old managers doing well, who you've always got on with.
McKenna with the free kick back to Rowe, and now Skeels for Charlton Athletic under Karen Hills, as they have been since March 2021. Skeels with a high ball, giving Longhurst something to chase. Challenge, fairly another hefty one actually, really, wasn't there, on Heron, and it will be a Blues free kick in their right back area with 0-0 the score. Just really that Fuso shot, wasn't there, from 20 yards in the 9th minute, giving Jess Gray something to think about as she plunged to her right to keep it out. And Blues will try and build from the back again with Louise Quinn, the scorer of the first and only goal of the season against Crystal Palace here. Controlled by Quinn. Fuso brings the ball down. Comes off the Charlton Athletic midfielder Bashford last, who's come through the Addicks Academy. She joined at the age of 15. Signed her first professional deal in June. It was her touch which has led to this Birmingham City throw-in. 14 minutes, 0-0 remains a score. Quinn plays it back to her keeper, Lucy Thomas. Played towards the centre circle. It was looking for Libby Smith, cleared by the Charlton defence. They flick on by Longhurst. And now Addison with a chance to stretch her legs down the Charlton left wing. Pokes it forward to Green. Green has got 3 in the box to aim for here. As Addison takes over and wins another throw-in for Charlton Athletic on the far side in front of the supporters in the Kop. There's a poke forward towards the penalty area, which will go out of play. And a goal kick. 0-0 remains a score, and it's settled down now. Kerris, how are you seeing the sort of the progress of this game in the opening quarter of an hour?
I think Charlton have had a bit more possession, but haven't really done too much with it. They haven't really caused Birmingham any trouble so far. I think quite a transitional game, you know, so I think just both teams need to try and settle it down, and just get some good possession, and the chance should come from that.
Good control by Mason. Now Blues will come clear with Allen. She plays a diagonal ball forward to Pennock on the right-hand side. Pennock cuts it back for Martha Harris. Harris with a high ball forward, and it's held on the goal line by Jess Gray. That was a nice little move, starting with Ellie Mason with good footwork, good close control. But in the end, the high searching cross in is well dealt with by the keeper, Kerris.
Yeah, it's a good break. It's kind of on the counter-attack. I think that's what's working well, is when Remy comes close to Ellie and the defenders, and you get those little combination passes that can beat the Charlton press and create chances like that then. And Charlton's defence were quite spread, so gave nice space for Jay Pennant to get on the ball. So I think that's what Blues need to do. They need to get close, break the lines, and then they can go from there with the counter-attack.
0-0 it remains. Jade Moore now on that far side again. It's sent in by Pennock, cleared away by the Charlton Athletic defence. The header from Longhurst has given Blues a chance to come forward, and they've won a free kick. With Jade Moore going to ground about 25 yards from goal, and this will be an opportunity from this set piece and a chance to hopefully trouble Jess Gray again, Kerris.
Yeah, it looks like there's a few of them walking over to the ball. I think Quinny's going to try and take it, Lucy Quinn. But no, good opportunity now. Just got to try and hit the target. I think that's the main thing. Just make the keeper work. But yeah, we'll see who actually gets on it. There's a few of them surrounding the ball at the minute.
Lucy Quinn mentioned her 100th appearance, her second spell at Blues after playing between 2017 and 2019 alongside yourself, Kerris. She fancies this one, but it might be the left foot of Ellie Mason, who raises her right arm. Quinn steps over it. Mason with the shot, but it's over the bar. And into the Tilton behind Jess Gray's goal. But another opportunity and another one for Blues, Kerris.
Yep, it's promising. Blues are getting forward and getting bodies forward, and obviously Jade won the free kick there, so it's good to see actually. Remy and Jade, for me, like playing with them previously, they were always quite defensive-minded midfielders, but it was good to see them both getting up and in around the box. So I think Blues need to keep doing that, just getting numbers forward. The midfielders joining the attack, because I think with 5 at the back, it's quite secure. So it kind of gives the midfielders that freedom to get forward a bit more.
Quinn loses possession, but Mason wins it back, and Blues attacking again. Mason has got support from Smith in front of her. Back it goes to Mason, and now Quinn. Back into the central defensive positions, and Louise Quinn now. Heron back to her keeper, Thomas, outside the penalty area. She clears long, one for Pennock to chase, and she's got in behind Skeels here. Skeels has tracked back. Pennock spins away from her. The ball is sent in, but it's over the head of Libby Smith, and it will go out of play for a goal kick for Charlton Athletic. But again, on that right-hand side, Blues trying to build, and just for a second there, it looked like Pennock had got in the wrong side of Kira Skeels, the Charlton Athletic captain. Kerris.
Yeah, long ball from Lucy Thomas. Straight over, sometimes that's what works. You know, you don't always have to play the pretty football, kind of just play what's presented to you. So a real good ball over the top there from Lucy Thomas, and yeah, Jade was in behind. So it's good to see Blues using a variety of different ways. They're getting into the final third. It's not just possession, it's the long ball as well. So that makes it harder for Charlton, because they don't know what type of play they have to deal with. I think sometimes when it's too predictable, it's easy to read, and Charlton can defend that easily. So it's good to see nice variety for Birmingham going forward.
Blues and Charlton met 3 times last season. It was a win, a draw and a defeat for Blues. Mentioned Pennock, she was on target in a 2-2 draw here against Charlton. Louise Quinn also on the mark as well, but Charlton getting a couple of goals to take a point away back to the capital as Blues attack again. That's good footwork by Pennock. Cleared away for a throw-in. It was a 1-0 win in the FA Cup in late February when Ashley Hodson was on target in extra time, but a defeat for Blues in the capital, 3-0 Charlton winning in mid-September last year. Here it's 0-0, we're ticking towards the 20-minute mark, and a throw-in for Quinn on this near side. Fuso back to Quinn, who plays a searching ball forward, looking for Pennock, but it's just got a little bit too much on it. It's back with the keeper Gray. And now Charlton with Skeels playing a high, hopeful long ball, which is dealt with by the Blues defence. And now they will come forward again with more. Fuso breezing away from her marker and playing it forward to Smith just outside the penalty area here for Blues. It's all Libby Smith. She takes it to the left wing and plays it back to Quinn. Quinn to Mason. Mason had a couple of red shirts around her, and it's cleared away by the Charlton Athletic defence. Back to Lucy Thomas, who's raced out of her penalty area. All in yellow. And now Heron, the England under-19 international, and plays a low ball forward, which has escaped the attempted interception by the Charlton Athletic player in midfield, Carla Humphrey.
typical Remy Allen there, grafting, getting close, always looking to get a tackle in. I think that's the experience and work rate that she'll bring to this team. She'll always set an example on the field, and hopefully the other players, certainly the younger ones, can look up to her as a great example.
Another one of your former teammates, of course. Allen turns 33 next month. Got a winner in the Champions League quarter-final, didn't she, against Arsenal in her first spell. Charlton just threatened to attack down this right-hand side just now, but it's back with their goalkeeper, Jess Gray, the 22-year-old from Billericay. High ball forward, which is headed back by Kaylee Green, but now it will fall here for Lucy Quinn, who plays a ball forward for Smith to run onto. Gray again is alert. We've seen it from both goalkeepers so far, Kerris, haven't we? How alert they've both been to sense the danger and come out of their penalty areas when they've needed to.
Yeah, both been on the front foot, not scared to come out and get involved, and yeah, it was a good run out and clearance there from Jess Gray.
0-0 the score. Fuso going close on 9 minutes from 20 yards, forcing a diving save from Jess Gray in the Charlton Athletic goal. There's been a free kick as well for Darren Carter's side, which Ellie Mason took from about 25 yards, which went over the bar. But they have another throw in on this near side, which Lucy Quinn, the Irish international, 16 caps to her name, will take. She's just waving where she wants Smith to position herself in the penalty area. Buzzing around in front of her is Remy Allen, and that's where this throw-in goes, by the corner flag. Allen holding off her marker. Quinn. We've been trying to play it back to Louise Quinn, has given it away, and now Charlton will try a break. It comes off the back of Kate Longhurst, and that gives Mason a chance to tidy up and play it forward to Allen. Back it goes now to Jade Moore. It's a run being made by Martha Harris down that right wing, and now Heron does well to dissect a couple of Charlton players and try and come forward down that Blues right wing. But Charlton have it back. 0-0 remains to score. They have it on this near side there right with Kaylee Green. Green, the Welsh international, goes to ground. Blues will play on now with Louise Quinn, who squares it to Heron. Back it goes to the former Arsenal and Fiorentina player again. Now here's Heron. Louise Quinn will just keep possession for Blues and play it back to her keeper, Lucy Thomas. Thomas takes a couple of touches to come outside of the penalty area. And in the centre circle now is Smith. Allen. Mason, Allen, and now in a lot of space Quinn for Blues with Fuso and Pennock and Smith to her right hand side. Still she goes down this left hand side, but it's a clearance away. Quinn goes to ground, and Charlton on this right wing will come forward. It's a good piece of control by Carla Humphrey. And there is a foul committed. Amy Fern, the referee, gives Charlton a free kick and a yellow card as well to Jade Moore. Now, presumably, Kerris, that was for back chat.
Yeah.
Not too pleased with the decision by the referee there, Moore.
No, knowing Jade, it most definitely was back chat. Yeah, I think Jade's she's a tenacious midfielder. She likes to get close, get tackles in. So, if in her eyes that wasn't a foul, so yeah, she'll be no doubt mowing off. She's got to keep her lips shut now because we don't want to get sent off, do we? So she needs to be careful.
She rejoined Blues in late August, the former Orlando Pride and Manchester United midfielder. Charlton coming forward. It's a header away by Mason. Quinn back to Mason again, who thunders a high ball forward, looking for Libby Smith, but it will go out of play for a throw-in. Been a fairly quiet first 25 minutes, Kerris, in terms of chances. Fuso and Mason with that free kick, but Blues do look fairly comfortable in possession and threatening on either wing when they do come forward.
Yeah, and it's been a pleasing first 25 minutes for Blues so far. They've definitely had most possession and creating the most opportunities. I think they just need to tidy up now in the final third and keep getting those bodies forward, so when they are in the final third, they can make the passes, because I think there's a couple of times we've been trapped in the corner and then lost possession, so just need to keep getting bodies forward and supporting each other.
It was a hurry clearance by Lucy Thomas, which wasn't punished by Charlton Athletic. It was Kaylee Green dragging a shot wide from 20 yards. Their first opportunity of this first half, but Green unable to add to the goal that she scored on the opening weekend against Sheffield United with that shot which goes wide to the right. But just a warning sign there from Charlton Athletic, Keris.
Yep, I think even if you're in possession for large parts of a game, you still always have to be aware of what the opposition can do. So yeah, quite confident with Lucy Thomas in goal though. She's a great goalkeeper, showing some real good distribution already.
Fuso skips away from Longhurst, but the ball looking for Pennock on that far side doesn't reach its intended target. There's a late challenge in there. And talk about Jade Moore, she's retreating from the scene. There's a conversation between Pennock and the referee Amy Fern. Pennock protesting her innocence, but I think we're going to see another Blues women's player in the book here.
These Jades, they're a bit tenacious, aren't they?
So Jade Pennock joins Jade Moore in the book. 2 yellows dished out by Amy Fern in the opening 28 minutes, both to players in royal blue. 0-0 the score on Blues TV. The Blues legend Keris Harrop joining us on commentary duty. The former Blues defender between 2011 and 2020, winning the FA Cup, of course, and leading your side out at Wembley as well 5 years later. Good memories at Birmingham City, Keris, and
no, absolutely, you're right.
Yeah, we can see Blues continue and play in the top tier again, not too distant future.
No, I'd absolutely love that for the club. I think that's where the team belong. We had some great memories, as you say, winning the FA Cup 2012, and those Champions League trips were always really enjoyable and just great experiences. And it'd be great to get the girls back in the WSL, but certainly with seems the investment that's going on, won't be long before the girls are back in the Women's Super League.
It's given away by Mason, and Charlton have it back in their defence. It's Kira Skeels, the former Reading player. Humphrey back to Skeels again. To her right is Bashford. It's back by McKenna to Bashford again. Skeels. Space to move into and play a high ball out to that left-hand side, but it's met by the side in blue who come forward. It's one for Libby Smith to chase. Skeels is out there. And Addison now. No ball played forward is given away. It was looking for Humphrey, but it's Quinn who will come forward for Blues. Lucy Quinn has got Libby Smith on this right-hand side, being watched closely by Skeels. The ball is sent in from that right wing, but it hits the roof of the net, and it would go out of play for a goal kick. But another opportunity for Blues there, and it was Libby Smith showing what she can do, having come back from injury. Couldn't quite get the angle right on the cross.
Yeah, like I mentioned earlier, I think it's just that final quality now for Blues in the final third. It was a bit of a tight angle. She did have a defender close to her, and obviously it just went over the crossbar, but I think it was Lucy Quinn at the back post, so it just been a few inches in, then Quinny might have got on the end of it, but just really promising to see Birmingham getting forward, having a lot of chances, and hopefully one of those chances will pay off in the next 15 minutes.
Darren Carter, the head coach, retreats from the touchline. He's watching on from near the seating area as Charlton come forward down the right-hand side, looking for Green. There's Mason, but it's won well back by McKenna, and now Green has it for Charlton, trying to play it inside the box towards Melissa Johnson, but it's been tidied up by Jade Moore. Back to her keeper, Lucy Thomas. Now Heron has it for Blues coming away from their penalty box. Smith, Harris, and now Heron again. Mason. Moore. Heron out to the right, and Martha Harris turned 29 last month. She was looking for Smith. In steps O'Rourke on that Charlton left side, but it will be a throw in for Blues coming forward. Throw in front of the cot for Martha Harris. Here's Fuso again, who turns away from her marker. Got a clip on the heels. She's still got it, and she will have a free kick. The referee, Amy Fern, has brought it back for that little challenge, just a little clip as she was trying to make her way forward. To be fair to Fuso, she stayed on her feet, but the referee has given Blues a set-piece opportunity here. Again, we're seeing the skill and the quality of Blues' Brazilian signing, Kerry.
Yeah, no, she just demonstrated really good strength there to turn on the ball and drive at the heart of the defence, and that's what you want from any of your forward players, is just that confidence and ability to drive at the back line and create some problems. So yeah, she did well not to go down. It's good to see. She was trying to create an opportunity for herself, but Charlton did get a lot of bodies behind the ball, to be fair to them. So now, yeah, opportunity for a whip free kick in, and hopefully we can get somebody on the end of it.
Free kick for Birmingham City from the right-hand side. It's sent in. It's just been headed away, though, by the Charlton Athletic defence.
Great tackle that was. I've been really impressed with Niamh Herron so far. I think for a youngster, she's showing great composure on the ball and just putting a real good challenge there as well. She's not scared to get stuck in, which is what I like to see as a defender myself. Or former defender, should I say.
Still getting used to your
new... my new identity,
yeah. We'll maybe come on to that in a bit. I gather lecturing is next for you in due course. We'll just watch this Blues attack, though, as Fuso plays it forward. I don't think Harris has been able to keep the ball in play on the left-hand side. Unfamiliar for the right wing back, but it will be a Charlton Athletic throw-in. Well, it was an attempted clearance, but it turned out to be good control. But now there's a late challenge as the ball was sent to the right-hand side towards Libby Smith, but it's a challenge on Remy Allen just outside the penalty area. It's a yellow card here for Bashford, first Charlton player in the book, and it will be an opportunity here in a really good-looking position.
Yeah, it's a shame it could have been a few yards in, would have been a penalty, but yeah, real good opportunity now for, I'll probably say, Lucy Quinn to get on the ball here and whip it in with her right foot. Knowing Lucy, she'll definitely want to have a chance at goal, so hope she can keep it down and curl it into the far corner. It's a bit of a feisty game so far, isn't it? Three yellow cards already in the first pretty much half an hour. Yeah. So again, it just shows, you know, both teams are desperate and want to win the game. So it's a good competitive battle.
Blues free kick then on this left-hand side. It'll be either Lucy Quinn or Ellie Mason to deliver. It is Quinn, it's on goal, but it's held by the keeper, Jess Gray. Kept that one down, but it was easy in the end for the Charlton Athletic stopper.
Yeah, I thought Quinny might have curled it far corner, but to be fair, the keeper occupied a good position in that far corner, and she was able to get across.
Charlton will come forward now inside the centre circle. It's threaded forward out to that left-hand side looking for Addison. Addison has got Harris for company on that far side. Flicks it back for Skeels. The defender is a long way forward, giving Lucy Thomas something to think about inside her 6-yard box. But the Blues #1 holds on to it. And the Charlton Athletic attack comes to nothing. 0-0 it remains on Blues TV. But on the balance of chances so far, I think it would be Darren Carter rather than Karen Hills who would be happier to have seen their side creating opportunities. And Charlton will come forward again down this left-hand side. Angela Addison, who has 1 goal to her name already this season, that 3-2 defeat against Watford last weekend. There's a little smile on your face. Another tasty challenge going in, Kerris.
I think Martha actually swung her leg to kick the ball, but then ended up catching one of the Charlton players that was running forward. So I don't think the refs picked up on it, but yeah, there's a few demonstrations there in contest of the decision, but yeah, those things happen, I guess.
Now that's good from Pennock, coming forward for Blues. Just takes a touch, looks up, sees what's available. Fuso is there. Now coming forward, Mason, over halfway. But in steps Longhurst, and Charlton will try and come forward now. There are 4 red shirts inside the Blues half as it's played towards Bashford. But Blues deal with it, and Allen will look up and sweep it out to the right-hand side and give Harris something to chase on the Blues right-hand side. 0-0 remains a score. Heron. High ball played forward, looking for the run of Pennock. It's dealt with again by the Charlton Athletic defence. Here is O'Rourke to Bashford. And now on this right-hand side, infield it goes from McKenna to Bashford. And now Rowe and Skeels again. Charlton enjoying some possession. Laid off by Addison. O'Rourke comes infield to Carla Humphrey. And now Rowe. All the Charlton outfield players inside the Blues half for this attack as Green plays it inside by the corner flag. Longhurst dispossessed, and it will be a throw-in for Blues, for Charlton I should say, by the corner flag.
That's the first bit of possession that Charlton have had. I was going to say earlier that they've kind of been rushing to the outcome and not actually keeping possession of the ball and switching the play, but that's the first bit of real possession I think they've had, and now they've obviously been able to get into the final third and win a free kick. So I think certainly that's what Karen Hills will be saying to them at half-time, is just trying to keep possession a bit more.
Well, the club record signing, Ivana Fuso, makes up a one-person wall just outside the penalty area here for this Charlton Athletic free kick, which Carla Humphrey lines up on the right-hand side, raises her right arm and sends a ball into the penalty area, dealt with well by Louise Quinn, using her height to head it out to this left-hand side where Bashford tries to spin away from Libby Smith. On the left-hand side, O'Rourke looking for Addison. Back it goes to O'Rourke again. Inside the D, it's sent forward towards the run of Johnson. But they don't quite get that right. Just too powerful. Just too much for Johnson to do to try and keep that ball in play. And it'll be a goal kick. But seeing again a bit more of the visitors just now, Keris.
Yeah, some good little combination play there in and around the box. I think just that final pass in and around the box, I think is what both teams need to improve on. But yes, much better play from Charlton in the last 5 or so minutes.
But 0-0 it remains with 6 to go in this first half. Good crucial header away by Heron. Be picked up again by Charlton though, and O'Rourke, and now the ball sent forward looking for Melissa Johnson again. In the Blues midfield, that's good footwork, and the shot which goes wide in the end. It was an opportunity for Charlton. It was Mary Bashford, the Charlton youngster. Through the academy she came, but that shot from distance not troubling Lucy Thomas, and it's gone out of play for a goal kick for the home side. Darren Carter, I should say, on the touchline, who's just waving his side forward, but it's been given away by the Blues defence, and the shot on goal, it goes over the bar by Longhurst. Another opportunity for Charlton Athletic, but second time in the space of 60 seconds, they just can't keep their efforts down. Then it's another goal kick for Blues, and some conversations going on inside the Blues defence. Jade Moore, I noticed, having some things to say to her goalkeeper Lucy Thomas, and they gave Charlton Athletic an opportunity maybe they shouldn't have done there, Keris.
Yeah, I think because Blues have mostly played out so far, Charlton are now obviously reading that. It's quite predictable, so they're pressing high. I think sometimes there's a goalkeeper's decision of assessing where the opposition are, and sometimes it might just have to go a bit longer, which Lucy did do in the end. So yeah, it's just about mixing up the distribution and making sure it's not too predictable for Charlton to defend it quite easily. Blues
have a throw in deep inside their own half on the far side. Niamh Heron, the 20-year-old from Sunderland, skipping over to that far side to pick up the ball and take it. We are ticking towards half-time. There have been efforts, both sides have had shots, but still we look back to the 9th minute opportunity for Ivana Fuso, which forced Jess Gray into a good diving save to keep it out, to keep it at 0-0. But Melissa Johnson has it now inside the penalty area here. Is she crowded out? Well, Green was in there as well, but Blues managed to poke the ball away through Remy Allen. And that's good play on this near side by the century maker Lucy Quinn on her 100th appearance for Birmingham City. She was looking for Smith down this near side, but McKenna comes away with it, gives it away. Blues have it back inside their defence. 0-0 remains a score. Heron looking for Harris. Has to retreat to pick it up and play it back to her keeper. Oh, the clearance from Thomas has hit Johnson, and now can Charlton capitalise? Outside the penalty area with Humphrey. Takes a touch. Johnson has it, but it's cleared away again by the Birmingham City defence. So just inviting Charlton to come onto them, but now they clear the ball away and Fuso will chase it, and Fuso will get in there. There's a slip by the Charlton defender. Fuso's got Smith in space in the penalty area. Brilliant diving save to her left by Jess Gray to keep it out, and that is the best opportunity of this first half. Fuso taking advantage of the slip by Beth Rowe, I think it was, in the Charlton defence. She powered forward, she saw Smith in space inside the penalty area, but that's a tremendous diving save to her left by Jess Gray to keep it out.
Yeah, it was a great save. I thought that was going in, but the keeper read it well. Libby Smith did well, I think, to hit it first time. She maybe had the time to take a second touch, but I think hitting it first time was the right decision. But yeah, absolutely fantastic save there by Jess Gray.
Blues women with their third corner of the half on the far side. He's sent in now, it was towards Pennock at the near post. Johnson can't clear it, Pennock wins it back and out on the far side again. So a little bit of slaloming on that far side by Quinn, but she's unable to get past her Charlton markers. Now Harris will try and keep the pressure on. Poked forward by Allen. Now here's Quinn sending a ball towards Pennock inside the penalty area, but the goalkeeper Gray will leave that to just trickle out of play. But that was a real opportunity for Blues, and again for the second time in this first half, Jess Gray, who's in the side today for Charlton in place of Sian Rogers, showing her worth then, wasn't she? She
absolutely was, yeah. It's definitely proven her worth, as you said, and she's had a good start to the game so far. So that's, you know, making saves like that is only going to boost her confidence. But no, I've been really impressed with Jess Gray in goal so far.
0-0 ticking towards half-time. We'll wait to see from the fourth official, Nicoletta Bria, how much. I think I can already see, actually, there's a 1 on her board on the touchline. There haven't been too many stoppages so far. Inside the centre circle, it's played forward by Rowe. Now McKenna finds Green, who skips away from Quinn and chips the ball in and headed away at the near post. Louise Quinn with a vital interception. The goalkeeper, Lucy Thomas, was just behind her, but she had to take action, and she clears it out of play for Charlton's first corner of this first half. That was good defensive work, though, wasn't it, by the Blues number 4, Keris?
Yeah, I think there was a bit of an indecision about who was going to come for it, but you'd rather both players go for it, because at least one of them's going to get there. And yeah, good defensive clearance. Quite a brave header, really, from Louise Quinn there. So chance now for Charlton from the corner.
Sent in then from the near side. It's there for Fuso to try and clear it away. It will come back to this right-hand side. The referee has seen that there is a Blues player down Heron inside the penalty area, so the game has been stopped.
I think that was quite a clever move. I don't know, she might generally be hurt, but sometimes playing the head injury card worked to Blues' advantage there, just to relieve a bit of pressure, because Charlton came out wide to Humphrey and she had an opportunity to whip it back into the box, but she seems okay, which is good to see, back up on her feet.
Into first half stoppage time. We played a minute of it. There'll be a little bit more now because of the stoppage to Heron just now. Blues 0, Charlton 0 in the Women's Championship on Blues TV. Amy Fern just having a conversation here with Carla Humphrey. And it's a drop ball for Humphrey to send into the penalty area, but diving down on the ball, Lucy Thomas. And there is the half-time whistle from the Leicestershire official, Amy Fern. Both sets of players making their way back to the dressing room. 0-0 the score in the first half. The Blues have had chances to go ahead in the first 45 minutes. Their record signing they made on Thursday, the Brazilian Ivana Fuso, straight into the starting lineup this afternoon and straight into the action as well from an attacking perspective. She was there from about 20 yards on 9 minutes to force a diving save from the Charlton Athletic goalkeeper Jess Gray. Mason has seen a free kick go over the bar on 17 minutes. And then Fuso squaring for Libby Smith in Blue's best opportunity of the first half on 43 minutes. Her first time shot from Smith drew an outstanding save from Jess Gray, diving to her left-hand side to make the save. Charlton, they've had spells as well. Green dragging a shot wide from 20 yards. They've had other opportunities off target, but at half-time here, as Darren Carter gives some instructions to Remy Allen, who makes her way down the tunnel, it's Birmingham City 0, Charlton Athletic 0.
Do we do this with someone else? Oh, we did this, yeah.
Half-time then at St Andrews. Keris Harrop is alongside me on co-commentary duty this afternoon. Keris, it's been a reasonably good half. I think Darren Carter will be happy with what he's seen so far. They've had opportunities. Fuso has been in the thick of the action as well. And do you think, as he's talking to his side at half-time, that he'll be pleasantly satisfied with the first 45 minutes?
Absolutely, yeah. I think Blues have definitely been the better team. I think possession stats would probably show that, but just they've had the better chances. I know Charlton have had a few shots from distance, but those haven't really troubled Lucy Thomas. So no, he'll be pleased going into the half-time break, and hopefully just keep that positivity, encourage more of the same, and hopefully we can convert and get at least one goal.
The big chance, though, coming on 43 minutes when Libby Smith, who's back in the side, one of 5 changes for Birmingham City women this afternoon. Can you throw any sort of blame to the Blues number 9, or was it just simply outstanding goalkeeping from Jess Gray in the Charlton goal?
No, it was a great save. She kind of read, I think, where Libby's body position was and made the save down to the left. So no blame for Libby. Hopefully she doesn't think that and she can keep her confidence going into the second half. And I've been really impressed with Fuso. I think she's come in and just hit the ground running straight away, which is always sometimes a concern when a new player comes into a team, but no, she seems to have settled in really well.
And for Lucy Quinn on her 100th appearance, you said maybe you've seen her a bit more of a defensive position certainly during your time at Blues, Keris, but she's made her way down the left wing quite a few times in this first half. Yeah,
no, when I played with her, she was a winger. So yeah, I was actually surprised to see her starting at the full-back, but I think the benefit of having wing-backs is that your wing-backs can get high, and that's exactly what Lucy's been doing. So she's had a good shift working back and forth, to be fair to her, but yeah, I want to try and see her up the pitch as high as possible, because she's good at getting crosses into the box and creating problems for the Charlton defence.
And who else has impressed you from a Blues perspective in this first 45 minutes, Keris? Because the likes of Ellie Mason we've seen again herring down this left-hand side. Libby Smith has been involved as well with that chance she had just before half-time. How have you seen it from a Blues perspective in terms of any other performances that you've been happy with?
Well, I mentioned earlier, obviously, Fuso. I think she's done well, come straight into the team and been driving at the defence, causing problems. I've been impressed with Niamh Herron at the back as well. You know, she's demonstrated some good composure, which is great to see as a defender. So I'm pleased with her. But even Jade Moore and Remy as well in the middle, just breaking up the play and then breaking from there. So I think that's to win a game, you need all players really to be playing at their best. And yeah, I'd say that most of the girls have been, well, if not all of the girls, have been having good games so far. So hopefully that can happen in the second half as well.
But we know that Charlton have got an attacking threat. You've got the attacking prowess of the likes of Melissa Johnson, who I mentioned in commentary, got the Golden Boot last season for Charlton Athletic. She hasn't seen the ball quite so much in this first half, but when you've got the likes of Addison and Green and indeed Johnson as well coming forward, Blues defence do need to stay on their toes.
Yeah, absolutely. they're good players, and like you say, Mel Johnson's had a proven track record last year, so yeah, you can never switch off. You always have to be on it and just make sure that you're still communicating and organising, not just the back line but the whole team from the back as well. So yeah, just need to make sure the girls are still concentrating and just keeping the clean sheet, I think, is the main thing, and then hopefully we can go and get at least a draw or 3 points from there.
Blues 0, Charlton Athletic 0 at half-time. Yourself, Keris, having made 261 appearances for Birmingham City, back at St Andrews this afternoon. And what's next for you now? Because obviously you've spent all of your career in the top flight with Spurs as well. But I gather you're going into lecturing now when the new term starts. Yeah,
that's it, yeah. So I officially started the job about 2 weeks ago. Students come back on Monday, so yeah, it's something I've always done. I've always done lecturing alongside playing. Even when I was in London, I'd travel back because the university I teach at is in the Midlands. So yeah, it's something I really enjoy, and I'm going to still be lecturing in football coaching and performance. So still very much involved in football, and got a good team that I work with. So it's just going from one team environment to another. But yeah, just really pleased to still be involved in football. I'll still be trying to come in and do a few bits with the girls at Blues as well. I've obviously been a professional footballer myself and seen all the changes and transitions that occur. I've got the life experience, so I want to be able to pass on that knowledge and life experience to some of the younger girls as well.
And just a final question before we approach the second half, in terms of your memories with Birmingham City. I mentioned sort of the 9-year spell that you had and the 261 appearances. Were the FA Cup appearances the ones that stick in your memory the longest and the best?
Yeah, obviously, anytime you win, that definitely stays in your memory the longest. But even just being back here now at the stadium, we had some really good Champions League games here. Playing under the lights at St Andrews with a really good crowd against teams that we wouldn't normally play against. So yeah, I've got really fond memories of my time here. I'll always cherish those moments. I'll never forget them. And yeah, that's why I just want to continue to stay involved in the club. It's my club. I was here for 20 years, a long time, so I'll always be coming back. It's you can't get rid of me that easy.
Well, at half-time, Birmingham City 0, Charlton Athletic 0. The record signing, Ivana Fuso, has been in the thick of the action. A shot on 9 minutes, which was superbly saved by Jess Gray, the Charlton Athletic keeper. And then setting up an opportunity for Libby Smith, another brilliant diving save by Gray to keep it out. So it's all square at St Andrews at half-time. Birmingham City 0, Charlton Athletic 0.
Who do you support?
I'm not going to tell you.
It's Villa.
Well, it's possible. Welcome back to St Andrews for second half commentary of Birmingham City women against Charlton Athletic. Tom Marlowe and Keris Harrop bringing you the action in this second period. And it has been a largely encouraging first half for Darren Carter's side. We mentioned at the break Ivana Fuso, the club record signing, which Blues announced on Thursday. The Brazilian has been involved in the two best moments, the shot that she had on 9 minutes, which was well saved, and then setting up Libby Smith, who drew a very good save from Jess Gray as we closed in on half-time. And we're waiting for the re-emergence of Charlton Athletic, who are taken charge now by Karen Hills. We were talking about her in the first half, the former Spurs manager. She was a former Charlton Athletic player as well, reaching the FA Cup final 4 times in 5 years. But she's similar to Darren Carter at the wrong end of the table at this present time, with the 2 draws from the opening 2 games and then the defeat against Watford on Sunday last weekend. Blues, who are having a conversation now and just keeping themselves on their toes while they wait for Charlton Athletic. Keris Harrop alongside me. They can be fairly pleased with that first 45 minutes, but you mentioned a couple of times in commentary that perhaps it's about that final ball, but we are seeing a Charlton goalkeeper who's in inspired form so far.
Yeah, I think it's more of the same from Blues. Hopefully that's what Darren has said to the girls at half-time, and it's what they should be saying to each other and just keeping positive encouragement. But yeah, I think getting more bodies forward. I think when you play with wing-backs, you can afford for both of them to bomb on and get forward, as long as you've got maybe at least one midfielder sitting. So, you know, we've just got to go for it now. The 3 points are on the line. Birmingham need those 3 points, so we've just got to go for it now, and the more bodies you get forward, the more chance you have at scoring.
Remy Allen just talking to her squad, who are in a huddle away to our left-hand side. Charlton Athletic have made their way back out onto the St Andrews surface. Of course, the final 45 minutes for Blues women until the international break. They get back going again on the 1st of October with a trip to Southampton, and then following that on the 8th of October, Sunderland visit St Andrews. Tickets, of course, available for that game now. To visit the Blues website if you want to come along and take your place in the Kop, where a number of fans are based opposite us, watching on and hoping, the majority of them, that Blues can find that killer touch in the second half to potentially get that first win of the campaign. But the likes of Louise and Lucy Quinn and Jamie Finn and Lily Agg will be going to the Republic of Ireland for international duty. Ellie Mason called up by Northern Ireland, and Lucy Thomas as well, we mentioned in the first half, will be joining the England under-23s for the upcoming international break. We are back underway with Blues kicking towards the Gilmerick in this second half. It'll be a throw-in for Charlton Athletic early on. Rebecca McKenna, the 22-year-old, who's played 21 times for her country. Now Mason is facing her own goal and will play it all the way back to Lucy Thomas. Safety first from the Blues defender. Lucy Thomas takes a few touches, plays it to Louise Quinn. That's a pretty strong, powerful pass back to Lucy Thomas, who dealt with it okay in the end, but it's Charlton Athletic who will come forward now with Johnson on the right-hand side. It comes off Quinn last and will go out of play for Charlton's second corner of the game, their first in this second half. But just for a moment there, Keris Harrop on co-commentary duty, looked like Blues were going to be the master of their own undoing there in terms of the way that Thomas had to clear it away pretty speedily there from quite a hefty back pass to her.
Yeah, it happened in the first half. I think it's about the goalkeeper decision, whether to play short or play a little bit longer. Louise Quinn had the ball and she didn't have any options. You know, she was pressured by the Charlton striker and was forced back to Lucy Thomas. But the pass was a bit wayward, let's put it that way. But yeah, Charlton corner now.
Which Humphrey takes. It's brought down by Green, who helps it back out to that far side again. Showed a bit too much of it though to Heron. And Blues will get the ball away. Neve Heron, but it's met by Green. Now on that right-hand side, played forward to Longhurst. And Blues midfielder Allen does well to keep the ball in play and clear it away. Now McKenna takes a touch to bring himself infield, tries to just thread it forward towards Melissa Johnson. It will go out of play for a Blues throw-in. Blues 0, Charlton 0 in the Women's Championship. Throw in front of the Kop. Will be taken by Ellie Mason, who's got the likes of Watford, Chelsea, and Millwall, Yeovil, and Lewis as well on her CV. Takes the throw now towards Libby Smith. A bit of a push on the back by Smith and her marker. There's Beth Rowe. And on the centre circle, it's Skeels. Skeels with a low ball forward to release Longhurst. Longhurst has got a run being made outside her by Addison. Just inside is Bashford. But it will be O'Rourke now to take it up on this left-hand side. But the referee blows her whistle, Amy Fern. It will be a throw-in for Blues on this near side, which Heron will take deep inside her own half. 0-0 remains the score. Heron, the former Sunderland defender, spent her whole career in the northeast before joining Blues. She's actually going to leave. It's a free kick for Blues, which will be taken by Lucy Thomas, making her 32nd appearance for Blues today. And it's Thomas who clears long. Will be met by the head of Skeels. And Charlton try and build again on halfway. Longhurst, but dispossessed by Allen, and now in the centre circle Lucy Quinn, but she in turn has been dispossessed by McKenna, who will hair forward down that Charlton right-hand side to feed Johnson. Johnson on the Charlton right, into the box, low ball in, but it's held by Lucy Thomas inside her 6-yard box. It stays 0-0, but almost exclusively the first 4 minutes of this second half, Keris Harrop have been played in the Blues half, and Charlton showing a bit more of what they can do going forward.
Yeah, it seems like Karen Hills has had a good word with them at half-time, doesn't it? They've come out of the blocks firing, really. I've been impressed by McKenna, actually, the right back. I think she's quite a dynamic full-back, not scared to get forward, and she's already in this second half been bombing on and creating a few chances for Charlton. So, yeah, Blues just need to be wary of that, and I think just maintain control and get that possession back again.
Back with Louise Quinn, and now Lucy Thomas. Clearance away, looking for the head of Martha Harris. It comes off O'Rourke. Does it last? No, the linesman signalling for a throw-in for Charlton Athletic. Darren Carter was in the ears of the official on this near side, but couldn't change her mind, and it will be Charlton who'll come forward again now with Beth Rowe just outside the box. It's Longhurst here, and now good control from Addison to let go of the shot, but over the bar it goes. She played the ball into her own path. It was a left-footed effort which was always rising. It goes over the crossbar, but another opportunity, and Angela Addison this time.
Yeah, I've played with Angela Addison at Tottenham. I know what she's about. She can shoot with both feet. Very much a jiggler, I like to call her. She likes to cut left and right, and yeah, she cut it onto her left foot there, and it was a good attempt, good power, but luckily for Blues, it sailed over. Yeah,
Addison working under Karen Hills at Tottenham Hotspur, joining in 2022. She was Hills' first signing in 22, and she scored in the 3-0 victory for Charlton against Blues back in September last year. Not too far away just then. Again, Charlton full of confidence at the start of this second half going forward, but they've conceded a throw-in. Nice control by Darren Carter on the near side to flick it back to his side. That'll be a throw-in for Heron. She's got support by from Louise Quinn behind her, but she'll take it long. And the flick on by Pennock. Rowe forward now for Melissa Johnson, who's got a bit of space to run into. Coming forward now for Charlton Athletic. Johnson inside the box, well blocked by Jade Moore. Will come out to that right-hand side, and Johnson again tries to play it off Moore, who flicks the ball away. On this left-hand side, Quinn plays it off McKenna. Another throw-in for Birmingham City. They just can't get it out of their own half at the moment, Karis.
No, it was great tracking by Jade Moore there, to be fair. Mel Johnson was on the break, but Jade kept up with her. Even at her old age, same age as me, she's still got the legs to keep up with the youngsters. But yeah, I think Karen Hills has said at half-time, completely changed the game plan. It seems Charlton are now executing a high press, whereas they were sitting back a little bit more in the first half. Obviously that didn't work for them, so now they're pressuring Blues with the high press, so I think Blues need to be wary of that, and sometimes maybe just hit it long when you're under pressure like that. Sometimes it's better to just play the ball forward a bit more direct.
It's 3-on-3 just for a moment there as Smith darted forward for Birmingham City. She's being held back there, and it will be a free kick for Blues. McKenna just holding on too much to the Blues striker there, and the referee Amy Fern gives Darren Carter's side a free kick. Lucy Quinn is over it. Martha Harris darts back to be the outfield player who's the furthest back for Blues for this set piece. Heron and Quinn have gone forward, and it's sent into the penalty area now. Looking for Heron, but she's headed it just wide. And that was an opportunity for Niamh Heron there, ghosting into the penalty area, the centre half. And that was an opportunity that she might have done better with, but she nods it off target, and it stays 0-0.
Yeah, it's a great ball in there by Lucy Quinn, just drifted it in, and those are the kind of balls you want from a free kick, not too whipped, just driven in. And yeah, Niamh seemed to be on her own there, no one seemed to be tracking her, and yeah, maybe she'll think she could have done better with that, but just far past the post. But yeah, real good opportunity for Blues there.
And that's the signal for a couple of changes for the visitors. Mia Ross, the 20-year-old midfielder, comes on to replace Mary Bashford, and we're waiting to see Frida Ayisi come on as well, who made 57 appearances. And welcome back for Ayisi, who will have played with you, Keris, who makes her way onto the field now in place of Melissa Johnson. And your memories of Frida, who's on the field now for Charlton, Keris?
Yeah, I mean, I can only have a big smile on my face when I think of my memories of Frida. She's a very interesting character, good fun to have around, but yeah, she's a strong player, technically gifted. She has her own little YouTube channel. She does all her little skills. So, yeah, Blues definitely need to be aware of her and the pace and power that she possesses.
Maybe challenge on Remy Allen, who's still down here, but we're going to see if there'll be further punishment here for the Charlton Athletic player O'Rourke. And indeed, she's the latest player to get a yellow card. In the first half, we saw the Jades, didn't we? Jade Moore and Jade Pennock pick up yellows for Darren Carter's side, but O'Rourke is now in the book, and she just checks to see if Allen's okay. They exchange a high five as Blues prepare to take this free kick. And again, it's the two set-piece specialists, Lucy Quinn and Ellie Mason, over the ball. Two people in the Charlton Athletic wall as Blues prepare to deliver. Louise Quinn trying to make her way towards the back post as it's sent in now by Lucy Quinn, and there it is, the header from Louise Quinn, and it's a similar end result to Heron just a couple of minutes ago. A header which goes just off target to the left. Louise Quinn, who scored Blues' first and only goal of the season, not too far away from that free kick, but the header goes just wide. They're asking questions, Keris.
Yeah, there's another great ball delivery there by Lucy Quinn. I think Louise Quinn was just stretching for a little bit, probably a little bit too high, and there was pressure from the Charlton defender, but she did well otherwise to get on the end of the ball, and Blues coming forward now with another attack.
Harris with the ball into the penalty area, headed away by the Charlton defence, only as far as Moore. This is good from Jade Moore, but blocked by the Charlton defence. It's still pinging around in there. Can Blues just eke out and find some space? But there's Green, the striker, doing some defensive work, but she's cleared it straight to Lucy Quinn, who sends the ball into the penalty area towards Fuso. Charlton head the ball away, only to this right-hand side, and Heron again. A challenge in there is firm from Addison, and it will go out of play for a throw for Blues on this near side. But a couple of headers for Darren Carter's side in the first 12 minutes of this second period. Heron and her defensive partner Louise Quinn with opportunities which they've nodded wide to the left of the target, but they'll be buoyed, you'd hope, by that as they prepare to take this latest throw in. Harris it is who'll deliver. Fuso back to the right-sided player again. Heron forward to Fuso, cleared away by the Charlton defence. It's O'Rourke who clears it long. Oh, and now Lucy Thomas has lost her footing at the worst possible opportunity, and she dragged Kaylee Green back, and it will be a penalty. An easy decision for the referee Amy Fern to make. Lucy Thomas, in trying to clear it, lost her footing. Green nipped in. She was dragged back by the Blues number 1, and it will be a penalty kick for the visitors.
Yeah, really unlucky there for Lucy Thomas. She's had the ball played back to her by Louise Quinn, and as she's gone to strike it, she's slipped. So she's fair to, she's got back up on her feet real quick. Couldn't see who was dribbling. I think it was Kate Longus maybe dribbling into the box. She had to do something, but she's obviously caught and off her foot and missed the ball. So yeah, really, really unfortunate for Lucy Thomas there. So she needs to just stay positive now and focus on the penalty, and hopefully she can make a good save.
It will be Kaylee Green to take the penalty for Charlton Athletic. An opportunity for Karen Hill's side to take the lead. Green against Thomas. Green steps up and scores high into the top left corner of the net. Charlton Athletic go ahead. It's Green's second goal of the season from 12 yards. Birmingham City 0, Charlton Athletic 1. And that was a very
great,
well
yeah,
taken
it was,
penalty.
to be fair, very great. Top left corner, very good strike from Kaylee Green. But Blues got plenty of time. There's still half an hour plus stoppage to go, so just need to move on now and keep the pressure on. Yeah, they've got to really try and commit bodies forward now and get at least one goal. So yeah, hopefully they'll stay positive. It was against the run of play really, and just an unfortunate fall and error. So need to stay positive now and keep pushing forward.
Because they've had the chances. I mean, Addison had an effort over the bar for Charlton, but since then the headers off target from the centre halves. But Blues have been punished by that unfortunate slip for the keeper, Lucy Thomas, and there's an effort which goes high over the bar. I think it was Moore who had the opportunity. There's a player down on that far side. It's Lucy Quinn. Referee's just over there to see if she's okay to get back to her feet. She's just having a conversation. I think she's been winded by the challenge. But coming back to that penalty, the worst time to slip, wasn't it, for Lucy Thomas? And not a huge amount she could do with Green then getting the wrong side of her. She really didn't have any alternative, did she, to drag her back, because the goal was open. But it was a well-taken penalty in the end. No,
it was. It was a good penalty, yeah. Yeah, like I say, Lucy Thomas, she just had to try and do something. Yeah. Ideally, it was just probably a fingertip away from getting the ball, but unfortunately did catch Kaylee Green's foot there.
So Charlton have a lead to defend now. The goalkeeper Gray, who was in fine form in the first half, but it's a clearance out of play. And it will be a throw-in for Blues on the far side in front of the cop. And it's been thrown to Ellie Mason, who won last season's championship goal of the season. As she launches it in, it's headed away by Rowe. Now Heron for Birmingham City. Harris, ball forward, looking for Pennock, but Kira Skeels will come out of defence, and it was a very powerful ball forward for Addison to control, and as it is, it's come off the Charlton attacker and out of play for a throw-in for Blues. Fuso can't get the ball under control, but Blues will try and come forward now. Pennock's on the right wing, and the Charlton defender Skeels comes across. She caught by Pennock. Well, of course, Pennock has to be careful. We mentioned, didn't we, in the first half that she got a yellow card. She was a little bit late there on the Charlton defender. And this, well, that is
a yellow card
for Pennock, and of course 2 yellows equals a red. And for the second game in a row, Blues are down to 10. Jade Pennock has been dismissed for a second yellow card.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that's a bad decision in my eyes. I can see it right here in front of me. They've both just gone for the ball. Like Jade's just gone to compete with Skeels, and Skeels has just nipped in there first. And it's definitely not a yellow card. There was no aggression behind it, but you know, it's obviously what the referee saw. I don't know if there was much contact with the linesman to get her opinion, but no, it's a bad decision in my eyes, and it's very costly now for Birmingham. It's going to impact the dynamic of the game.
Dungate gave the second yellow last weekend at Lewis, missing out this afternoon through suspension. Now Pennock will make her way down the tunnel, having been sent off by the referee Amy Fern. Now, I just wondered whether that might be a final warning, you know, just to say, look, you're on a yellow, just be careful. Maybe have a conversation with Jade, but you know, the yellow card came out pretty quickly, didn't it, from the referee. And Blues will have to play the remaining 27 minutes plus stoppage time with 10, which presumably will mean Fuso will try and support Libby Smith as much as she can when Blues go forward, Keris.
Yeah, it looks like it. I'm just trying to have a look now, but yeah, I think Fuso still sitting relatively high. I don't know if Darren will actually maybe change the formation now, so or certainly personnel changes might need to be made just to ensure Blues, you know, maintain a good shape and stay in the game. Ultimately, you know, they're only 1-0 down still, so there's still time to score. But the main thing now for Blues is just not to concede another, because then that will make it very difficult for them to get back in the game.
Charlton have brought on Ross and Aisi. Blues yet to make a change. Gemma Lawley, Jamie Finn, Christy Harrison-Murray, Lily Agg, Claudia Walker and Charlie Devlin are all on the bench this afternoon for Darren Carter. But they're a goal down and a player down as well at St Andrews, with Charlton scoring a penalty in 58 minutes when Kaylee Green was brought down and stepped up to take a really confident, well-taken penalty high into the top left corner. And a second yellow card for Jade Pennock means that Blues women will play the remainder of this game with one fewer player. Darren Carter just watching on. He's retreating again to the seats just below where we're positioned at the gantry here at St Andrews. He's got some thinking to do here now, because I think it's probably a 4-3-1-1 formation.
Yeah.
I mentioned Fuso is going to try and help Libby Smith. It's a thankless task playing against 11. But let's see if Blues can do something here. The ball sent forward towards Smith. The flag has gone up.
Yeah, it seems like there's still a gap where Jade Pennock was on the right side. It seems like Russo's still kind of staying in that 10 position. Lucy Quinn's tucked in a little bit more, but yeah, it looks like it's 4 at the back, and Lucy's come in, and we're just missing obviously a player where Jade was. But I think I can see Darren and Emily looking at the notes. So I'm sure there'll be some changes made quite soon.
Addison down the left-hand side. It's the wrong side of Heron as far as Blues are concerned, but Heron's back in a good position now for Birmingham City, with Charlton on the left-hand side, and Ross. Skeels looking to try and pick out O'Rourke. I think we might be seeing a change fairly shortly. Maybe a couple actually. Lily Agg is preparing to get ready. Possibly Jamie Finn down there as well, but Charlie Devlin is just eating one of those energy snacks, I think, before she makes her way onto the field. The Londoner just reading a few notes, the pair of them. I think we might well be seeing Devlin and Agg shortly from the bench for Birmingham City, who trail by a goal to nil and are down to 10 men with the dismissal of Jade Pennock, last season's Championship Player of the Season, Supporters and Players Player of the Season, the top scorer as well. She is off the field now for her second yellow card. Can Blues get back into this game? Charlton on this left-hand side. Harris with the header out of play. And this might be the moment now for Lily Agg and Charlie Devlin to make their way onto the field, but the Charlton throw-in is taken first, and Fuso and now Allen, and now Jade Moore has it for Blues in the centre circle. Fuso's down, but Blues play on. Mason, helped on by Lucy Quinn. Charlton have it now, but their first thought is to go back to the goalkeeper. Green, the goal scorer, playing it safe, and Charlton building from the back with O'Rourke. Run being made in front of her by Ayisi. Comes to the left instead, and Addison now. Angela Addison. She's got two in the box to aim for. Be easy to clear it away. Moore and Allen and Harris, and now Heron. Quinn lays it off to the left, and Ellie Mason. Allen again. Now Moore. Searching ball looking for Smith, but it'll be back to the keeper, Jess Gray, who just takes her time to pick it up and then dives down onto it. Still we wait for Devlin and Agg to come on, and we'll wait to see as well, Kerris, how Darren and Emily are switching this up potentially with the fresh legs that are about to come on.
Yeah, well, Lily Agg and Charlie Devlin are midfield players, more centre mid, so I don't know whether maybe he might switch off Jade or Remy. You know, they've got a lot of ground to cover. I'm watching Remy and she's having to start in the middle and try and play out and be the winger as well, so I think just some fresh legs in that department might do the girls good.
Skeels missed her kick, but she's got away with that, the Charlton defender cannoning the ball off Libby Smith for a throw-in for Charlton. So we will see the substitutes being made now. Well, it's Quinn who will come off first. Her 100th appearance ends after 70 minutes. And it's Lily Agg who will come on for her. And you just mentioned well, that's the end of Fuso, in fact, with the Brazilian making way for Charlie Devlin. So the record signing joining from Manchester United has played 70 minutes in front of her home crowd at St Andrews. It's Lily Agg and Charlie Devlin who come on for Lucy Quinn and Ivana Fuso as Blues search for an equaliser into the final 20 minutes. Will that mean anything different, do you think? Or is Devlin going to try and support Libby Smith as best she can going forward, Karis?
Yeah, it looks like Devlin's just dropped into the position where Fuso was occupying in the 10, so it makes sense Fuso coming off. She won't have had regular game time, so she'll be on managed minutes, but yeah, she's had, well, certainly the first half, made a good first impression. So now it's time for Charlie Devlin to come on and hopefully make an impression as well.
Devlin won the championship twice with Manchester United and Leicester. 3 goals and 3 assists last season for the 25-year-old Londoner. She's on the field now is Lily Agg. Allen forward to Devlin. Good ball to pick out Mason on that far side. Mason takes a good touch and lets fly. And it's a sprawling save from Jess Gray to concede a corner here. But that was nice from Ellie Mason in trying to get that Blues equaliser from the far side. Yeah,
it was a great touch, great ball from Charlie Devlin over to the left, and Ellie's took a great touch and then tried to cut back in on her right, and yeah, had a good shot with her right foot, and the goalkeeper again made a good save and tipped it over the crossbar. Blues have got to make the most of these set pieces now. I think when you're a player down, these are kind of where your goals are more likely to come from, so hopefully you can make the most of this one.
Louise Quinn is forward and inside the box here for Devlin. It's a high, deep corner. It was over the head of Quinn. It's still inside the box for Blues to challenge for this, and Heron will try and keep the pressure on, but a bit of a loose pass towards Libby Smith. Out of play it goes. And Green, the striker who's playing as a right back, as Blues attack. There'll be a throw in for Mason, who went close just now. Devlin goes to ground, but it'll only be a throw in the view of Amy Fern, who pointed to the spot of 58 minutes. That's the decisive moment so far. The penalty taken high into the top left corner of the net by Kaylee Green to give Charlton Athletic a sniff of their first victory of the campaign. The Blues, as it stands, it'll be 3 defeats in the first 4 to start the season, but can they get back into it? By the corner flag, Devlin is dispossessed. Since going down to 10 men, they've certainly been asking questions and trying to put the pressure on Kerris, and that's encouraging for Darren Carter and Emily Simpkins in front.
No, it is, yeah. It seems like the girls are, staying positive, still trying to play their game. I know they've had some good possession and mostly been in Charlton's half in the last 5 or so minutes, so just need to keep it up, just need to keep playing. I think whenever you go down to 10 men, you can kind of go longer and keep forcing it, but they've made some good play now.
Smith sends the ball into the penalty area. Chance here. Harris just can't capitalise, and it's sliced clear by Longhurst, but that was a real chance for the right-sided player as the ball was sent into the penalty area, and there's an effort which goes over the bar. I think it might have been Allen, actually, was it, inside the box? Remy Allen, who had the opportunity, but can't make the most of it, and it stays 1-0 to Charlton.
Yeah, great crossing by Libby Smith, had some good pace on it, and I think that is Remy just needs to make contact, but I think she swung at it a little bit and just missed the contact. But promising play from Blues. Good to see Remy still getting up there and supporting the top 2, and yeah, we just need to keep creating those chances now.
Remy Allen with the opportunity, couldn't make the most of it, and now we'll see another Charlton change with Freya Godfrey coming on, the 18-year-old on loan from Arsenal, and she will replace with your former teammates, Kerris, with Angela Addison coming off the field. So Freya Godfrey is on, who signed her first professional contract with Arsenal in July. She's represented her country, England, right the way through from under 14s to under 19s level. She's on for Karen Hill's side this final 15 minutes, a quarter of an hour that we hope that Blues can just find an opportunity to get an equaliser in this game. They're playing, of course, with 10 now, with Jade Pennock picking up a second yellow card from the referee, Amy Fern. Here's Harris, slides in of Aisi to keep possession for Blues, but Heron sees her pocket picked by the substitute, and now Charlton will come forward, and it's with Freya Godfrey down this left-hand side. The fresh legs of Godfrey takes herself into the box. Oh, it comes off the bar. A real opportunity for Charlton to double their lead. Don't know whether it got a little touch onto the bar from the keeper, Lucy Thomas. But Freya Godfrey, who's only just come onto the field, denied by the woodwork. And now Thomas is in on Ayisi, who goes to ground. A decision for Amy Fern to make as she shakes her head. And a couple of chances there for Charlton, maybe to put the game out of reach. Godfrey having the best one, coming back off the crossbar.
Yeah, I think it was Louise Quinn who actually got the block. So it was a good defensive challenge by her. It deflected off Louise and onto the crossbar. Kind of Lucy Thomas dived the other way, thinking the ball would go that way, but then Louise's deflection took it onto the crossbar. And I do actually wonder if that was a penalty then as well. Lucy Thomas, went to ground, and I think she did take Freya Ayisi down. But I think the referee had a good view, to be honest, but she decided not to give it. Yeah,
she was on the ground, wasn't she, Thomas? And she sort of left her arm there, and Ayisi went down. And I did wonder if the referee might be pointing to the spot for the second time this afternoon. But as it is, it stays 1-0, and that penalty from Kaylee Green on 58 minutes. Blues 0, Charlton 1. Harris cleared away by Moore, who has it again now from Devlin. Martha Harris again with the searching ball, looking for Smith. It's cleared long by Longhurst. And on this near side, the two substitutes, Ayisi and Godfrey, but Blues have it with Remy Allen. It just came off the Blues midfielder last. You can hear from the gantry how frustrated Remy Allen is in conceding that throw in. Oh, and it's one back now by Devlin, who's got support to her left and right. Oh, and that was unselfish by Lily Agg, but maybe she should have had a shot on goal. She was offside, I think, in the end. But instead of pulling the trigger, she tried to set up Libby Smith. But there were three players forward in that Blues attack: Devlin, Agg and Smith. But the flag goes up on this near side.
Yeah, Lily Agg's definitely got to take the shot there. Came onto her left foot. Maybe she's not as comfortable shooting on her left, but yeah, in my eyes, should have pulled the trigger and at least tried to test the goalkeeper. Yeah, something definitely in those situations as a striker, you need to be a bit more selfish.
O'Rourke's ball forward, back to Thomas, and now Harris with a high ball forward again, asking Devlin to get involved. She's seen quite a lot of the action since coming on, hasn't she, Charlie Devlin? As Blues with the disadvantage of playing 10 against 11 in these final stages. They've conceded a throw-in on this near side, which will be taken by the corner flag by Kira Skeels. Scored in the 2-2 against Blues last March, when Blues were 2-0 up. That's a good header forward by Louise Quinn. Controlled well, though, by Kaylee Green, the scorer of the game's only goal. McKenna plays it back. Rowe to her keeper, Jess Gray. How important were her two saves in the first half?
Well, yeah, it's obviously kept them in the game, and her two saves have kept them at 0-0, and they've capitalised on that with the penalty. So it just shows you now, retrospectively, how important those two saves were from Jess Gray in the first half.
She's closing in on her first clean sheet of the campaign. Heron gets the ball back from Remy Allen, takes the invitation to come forward and tries to thread it into the path of Agg. It's cleared away by McKenna, but since going down to 10, Blues are still asking questions.
I think the work rate's been fantastic from the team today, even in these dying 10 minutes, down to 10 men. They're still really working hard and putting pressure on Charlton, and not allowing Charlton to just play out from the back. The pressure's been on high, and just forcing Charlton to boot the ball and give possession back to Birmingham. So with these fresh legs coming on as well in the last 10 minutes, they just need to keep that high press up. Because ultimately, if they win the ball high, they're close to goal and more chance of scoring. So keep up the last 10, and hopefully just one chance might fall Blues' way.
Well, the two coming on, Jamie Finn and Christy Harrison-Murray, to replace Martha Harris and Remy Allen. And Charlton are going to make a change as well. Lois Roach will come on for the final 9 minutes, and she'll be replacing Kate Longhurst, who'll slowly make her way off the field, with Charlton leading by that penalty. Kaylee Green on 58 minutes to 0. But opportunities now for Jamie Finn and Christy Harrison-Murray, who were both in the side, which drew 0-0 at Lewis last weekend. Harrison-Murray, the 33-year-old, the Scot. Jamie Finn, Dublin-born. Past 50 appearances for Blues women last season. Can the introduction of these two new players give Darren Carter's side the impetus and the opportunity to get this equaliser that they crave? Heron and now Louise Quinn. Quinn with the ball forward, chested down by McKenna. Sliding in is Ag to concede a free kick. And Charlie Devlin's just having a conversation with a defender there, pointing where she wanted it, but as it is, it will be Charlton who have a free kick, and they'll start taking their time about some of these set pieces now with that 1-goal advantage. They will be closing in on their first win of the championship season. Blues will be going into the international break still looking for their first 3 points of the campaign. Darren Carter cutting a frustrated figure, and he's arguing with the lineswoman on this near side. The fourth official, Nicoletta Breers, just asking the Blues head coach just to calm down a little bit, and they're deep in conversation now on the touchline as Charlton flick the ball on through Godfrey, cleared away by Quinn.
I can understand his frustrations. I think especially with the sending off, it's really made the game difficult now for Birmingham. So I absolutely get that. I've been there as a player myself, where you just want high quality referees. Not just in the WSL but the Championship as well. And those big decisions can really affect your season, I guess. Yeah, they can affect the whole season. So I can understand why Darren's frustrated.
She's a very experienced official as well, is Amy Fern, taking charge of a men's game. The first one to do so when Coventry played Nottingham Forest, got an MBE in the birthday honours list in 2023. Fern, she gave Charlton the penalty. That was a pretty easy decision to make, but the second yellow was very questionable for Jade Pennock as Charlton burst forward now. McKenna into the path of the goal scorer of the penalty, Green. Low ball across, cleared away as far as McKenna. Good block in there by the Blues defence. Devlin and Moore. And it's cleared away on this near side by the recent substitute Finn. You're shaking your head, Kerris.
Again, it's not a free kick. I don't know why she's given that. It was a good tackle there by Freya Godfrey, but yeah, referee seems to have given the free kick.
Which Blues will take through Lucy Thomas. Young player of the season last year for Blues women, thanks to 11 clean sheets in her 28 appearances. Has played forward by O'Rourke. Got a play for a throw-in for Blues. 5.5 minutes left. We're going to see Claudia Walker for that final spell, as Blues look to roll the dice for the final time and ask the striker Walker to try and get this equaliser, as it's helped forward by Finn, cleared away, brought down by Harrison-Murray, who's caught late there by Ayisi, and the referee is going to get her yellow card out again for the former Blues player Ayisi. Played 57 times for Blues between 2014 and 2018, including the 2017 Women's Cup final.
I actually thought that was a good challenge by Frida. I think just because she's so strong, the impact on Christy looked worse than it probably was, but I think she did actually win the ball. But I think the momentum of her winning the ball just put Christy on the floor. But I think, an unfortunate booking there for Frida.
Well, she joins Sophie O'Rourke in the book for Charlton Athletic.
Like Darren Carter might be going in the book as well, is he? I don't know. She's reaching that pocket again.
He said too much, hasn't he, the Blues head coach? And he just takes a gulp of his bottle of water, the yellow card for Darren Carter. You see that a lot more frequently now, don't you, in the game, as the like-for-like change sees Libby Smith come off for Claudia Walker. 3 goals, 5 assists last season for Walker. She's on for the final 3.5 minutes here at St Andrews as Blues crave this equaliser. High ball sent forward towards the penalty area by Heron, cleared away. Moore's done well on that far side to win a throw-in, which is taken quickly towards Ag. Ag being crowded out by a couple of Charlton players and wins a corner. You've said already, Kerris, these are the best opportunities perhaps for Blues, the opportunity to send the likes of Louise Quinn in the box. All about a good delivery, you feel.
Yep, no, absolutely. I think they need to make the most of this now. Make the most of Louise Quinn. You know, Blues have got some big physical players, likes of Claudia, even Jade. So yeah, just need a good ball now in from Charlie Devlin, and just got to really have that desire to want to get on the ball and be the hero, you know. So hopefully one of the girls can have that in them. 4
Blues players inside the 6-yard box. Walker is on the goal line. It's sent in now by Devlin. It's punched away by the keeper, Gray. I just wondered whether it was going to go over her head, but she got a good fist onto it. Blues on the right-hand side. Sent into the box by Harrison Murray. Oh, the goalkeeper's dropped it, and it's cleared away by McKenna. Another chance for Blues. The goalkeeper has played so well today, Gray, especially those saves in the first half, but she looked a little bit indecisive. That ball in from the right-hand side by Harrison Murray, but she gets away with it.
Well, she actually made a real good touch on the ball from the corner, so great parry across and cleared it well, and then, yeah, that ball back in from Christie, didn't quite get hands on it. She did have a lot of players around her, so maybe the pressure of the players around her caused her to fumble it, but again, really unfortunate for Blues that it didn't just fall to one of the girls that was in and around the box.
Just handed a shin pad, I think, to the referee, Amy Fern, has the goalkeeper, Jess Gray, in a packed goal mouth after that corner. It'll be a free kick which Gray has come out of her penalty area to take. That's the shin pad belonging to Lily Ag, who puts it back down her right sock. And she's packed a full complement of 2 shin pads again. The Irish international is ticked towards the final minute of normal time. There'll be a little bit more, you'd think, at the end of this second half than the first, when we only played 1 minute with the substitutes, the goal as well. We've had a couple of stoppages for injuries as the hook over her own head by Walker, and now Ag on the far side. Blues relying on their substitutes in the closing stages. All 3 of them inside the Charlton half. Ag and Devlin and Walker as the ball sent out to this right-hand side. Flicked on by Finn. She was looking for the run of Walker. Cleared away by the Charlton Athletic defence. I think Heron wanted to take that a little bit quicker, and she's having to track back and, in the end, launch her throw in towards Lucy Thomas, the Birmingham City goalkeeper. Thomas over halfway, looking for Finn. A thunderous clearance away by Sophie O'Rourke, the graduate of the Reading Academy, as there's a foul in the centre circle on the goal scorer Kaylee Green, and it will be a free kick for Charlton, who seem to be managing, certainly the last 5-10 minutes, pretty well. They're winning free kicks and they're taking their time about it now.
Yeah, they're just frustrating Birmingham now. But just watching that play then, Blues have got to be careful. I think Louise Quinn went up for the ball and there was 3 Charlton players, just 3. So Ellie Mason still needs to make sure she's tucking in, and they still need to be organised at the back, because the last thing they want to do now is concede another goal.
Ball sent in towards Ayesi. It's come off the post. Ayesi, acute angle, and the shot over the bar from Godfrey, and that would have ended this game as a contest. Ayesi denied by the woodwork. That's the second time in this second half that the Addicks have been denied by the frame of the goal. But as Blues struggled to clear the ball away, Godfrey probably should have done better with that. Over the bar it went. Another opportunity, and we're into 6 minutes of added time now.
Yeah, nearly commentator's curse there, wasn't it? I just said about Blues not conceding anymore, and yeah, Frey Godfrey should have finished that, to be honest. But Blues got away with it, had a bit of luck on their side this time, and like I mentioned, they just need to still maintain that defensive shape, and as much as they want to push bodies on and get the goal, you always still have to be careful of making sure you don't expose yourself at the back and concede another goal.
Godfrey, a couple of occasions that she could have scored since coming on. The effort on 77 minutes, which came back off the crossbar, probably should have done better with the rebound after Aisi's effort from an acute angle came back off the near post. Darren Carter's got to be careful here. He's got more to say to the official from the touchline here as Charlton Athletic get the decision. Yeah, frustrating afternoon again for Darren Carter.
Yeah, again, I think that was actually a Birmingham throw-in. No, it came off. I could see it here. Christie obviously took the quick throw-in, but I think that's where the linesmen, they need to have more of an influence. They're right there. I know the referee's in control of the game as a whole, but if you can see that, you've got to give it the right way.
Are you seeing Godfrey combining left side of the penalty area? Godfrey cutting it back. Moore's in the right place at the right time to clear the ball away, and Blues need to look long best they can, but the attempted clearance by Finn is charged down, and Kaylee Green has it for Charlton by the corner flag. It's where they'll want to be. The offside flag, though, has gone up on the far side, just trying to eat into the clock a little bit more, the visitors, as they close in on what would be their first win of the campaign. As a yellow card shown there, again, possibly for dissent again. The Charlton player in the book is Freya Godfrey. He's had a very action-packed 20 minutes or so since coming on. Yeah, no, she's made a good impact, to be fair to her. She's, dynamic, not afraid to dribble with the ball, and she's been putting the right back Neve Heron and Jamie Finn under a lot of pressure. Flicked on by Ag. Ag will get it again on this right wing. Charlton head it away. The Blues have a throw-in, which will be taken by Finn. Gets it back from Ag. Finn do well to keep the ball in play. She's done so, and on this near side, the right, Walker sends the ball in. It's blocked by Skeels. The Blues just wondered whether Louise Quinn might go into the box for this, but she stayed back as the ball is sent in and out of play from Jamie Finn, and that's a shame that that's come to nothing in the end, and we've just under 3 minutes left and remaining now at St Andrews, and you get the impression this is going to be another frustrating afternoon for Darren Carter and his side. Yeah, it is. I mean, I think the girls have actually played well, especially in the first half, but even now, considering they're down to 10 men, you almost wouldn't know it, because they've still kept the pressure on and been getting some good crosses and corners into the box. And like I mentioned earlier, it's very frustrating. I think the referee's decision has had a massive impact on the game, and it's a shame, because I think the result could have gone a completely different way had it not been for the sending off. Very few moments since Jade Pennock was given her second yellow card where you have seen the extra advantage of an extra player for Charlton. There's never been really any sort of 3-on-2s at the back, have there? I think the Blues have done very well since being reduced to 10. No, they have, you're right, yeah. It's because this is getting bodies forward as well. They've still been able to reduce the amount of chances that Charlton have had. Cleared away by Thomas. We're entering last chance territory really now for Blues as they try and come forward. Ag was unable to get to loose ball just then, but now she plays it back to Devlin, cleared away. Heron with a header forward. It will fall here for Finn on this right-hand side. It sends a low ball, a good searching ball into the box, which is cleared away by the Charlton defence. And another opportunity for Blues from a throw-in on this near side. I think it was Rowe that got that clearance in for Charlton Athletic, and Karen Hill's side, who are a minute away from their first win of the campaign. But can Blues just fashion one more chance as Finn keeps the ball in on the right-hand side? Cleared away. Great ball there by Jamie Finn in. It's just shame Claudia didn't need to get across the defender, but the defender did well to clear it away, to be fair to her. But yeah, it's they're fighting right till the end, 9 minutes, so last few seconds now. Throw in by Finn, it's thundered clear. Quinn jumping with Ayisi. And the Charlton striker has done well in the end there, and she's got a throw in, and we are ticking towards 96 minutes now at St Andrews. And it looks like that penalty just before the hour mark by Kaylee Green is going to be the game's big moment. Unless Devlin, sent forward by Heron, Walker is onside. Walker still has the ball. Finn on the right-hand side, takes a touch, sends it in from the right wing. It's cleared away though, and there's a challenge in there by Moore on Skeels, and the referee has decided that will be a free kick. It's clever again from the Charlton defender there to see that challenge coming and go to ground.
Yeah, no, she felt the pressure on from Jade, and I think when you do that and you're under pressure, you just have to go down and relieve the pressure for your team. But some great play again, good hold-up play from Claudia, bringing Jamie Finn into the game, and in those final moments you need that quality and that ball to be perfect, and she just didn't get enough power on it to deliver a good ball into the box. So I think she'll personally be a little bit disappointed with that. Yeah, a goal, free kick now for Charlton, and I imagine the referee will blow up now as this is going into the air. Cleared
away by Jess Gray, who made 2 really big saves in the first half. Still we play on. The throw in for Birmingham City, taken by Finn towards Walker, and there is the final whistle from Amy Fern, who was a pivotal figure in this second half, giving a penalty for Charlton Athletic just short of the hour mark, when Lucy Thomas unfortunately slipped as she tried to clear the ball. She dragged Kaylee Green back, and it was the Charlton striker who stepped up and confidently hit the penalty into the top left corner of the net to give Karen Hill's side the advantage. Jade Pennock, seeing 2 yellow cards, made the second half very difficult for Darren Carter's side, as Sean Rogers, the Charlton Athletic replacement keeper, races onto the field to congratulate Jess Gray for her clean sheet this afternoon. I mentioned the 2 good saves she made from Fuso and Smith in the first half, but Blues' best opportunities came in the second period while the game was still level. Heron heading a free kick from Lucy Quinn wide to the left, and Louise Quinn then with a header off target. Keris Harrop, it's a disappointing afternoon for Darren Carter and his side. They gave everything, particularly when going down to 10 players, but ultimately it's another defeat to start the season. Yeah, I feel sorry for the girls. I think, like I mentioned before and multiple times, I think the referee's decision definitely didn't help, but ultimately they have to take the chances. You know, Libby Smith had a good chance in the first half, and then the 2 headers from set pieces from Louise Quinn and Neve Heron. I think in any league or any game you have to be taking your chances, and ultimately that's what's been Blues' downfall today. Ellie Mason did have an opportunity from an acute angle with 18 minutes remaining, but it was saved well by Gray, and you fancy actually Charlton were the more likely maybe to score the game's next goal if there was to be one, because Freya Godfrey coming off the bench, seeing a shot come off the crossbar on 77 minutes, and then in the first minute of stoppage time, as both sets of players go into a circle now, Ayisi, the former Blues player, with a shot from an acute angle, hit the post. It did fall for Godfrey on the rebound, but that went over the bar. The international break is with us now, Keris, and I think the Blues players will have to stew on this defeat for a couple of weeks now until the trip to Southampton. That will be equally frustrating now that they can't get it out of their system a bit quicker. Yeah, you kind of can see it from that side of things, but also maybe as the international break come at a good time. You know, Blues are in this bit of a rut at the minute, you know, having not won a game yet, so maybe the break has actually come at a good time. Players can go off on international duty and also still reflect on the performances for Birmingham, but go off and on international camp and focus on that. And then, you know, the management team like Darren and Emily and all the staff and the players need to really figure out, you know, what's gone wrong, why isn't it working for them. I think today was just a bit of bad luck, if I'm honest, like with Lucy Thomas slipping. And what I find is, from my own career, is when you are in that rut, you don't get the good luck. The bad luck keeps on coming. So, yeah, they just need this break now, maybe a few days to switch off, and then need to come back with a positive mindset and almost treat it as a new start to the season, because the team and the girls really need to start picking up the points now. Thank you for your contributions this afternoon, Keris Harrop, alongside me on Blues TV. The Blues players are still getting some final words from their head coach, Darren Carter, at the moment. The tail of the tape here at St Andrews, Birmingham City going behind to a penalty on 58 minutes from Kaylee Green after Lucy Thomas brought down the Charlton Athletic striker. They were reduced to 10 men when Jade Pennock went off the field. It's a third defeat in the first 4 games to start the new season. Charlton with their first victory of this new championship campaign, with Darren Carter's side still searching for that first win as we go into the international break. Southampton away to come on the 1st of October, followed by the visit of Sunderland here on the 8th of October. You can get tickets for that game on the Birmingham City website. But this is Tom Marlowe and Keris Harrop wishing you a good afternoon from St Andrews. It's defeat for Darren Carter's side. Birmingham City 0, Charlton Athletic 1. It's finished here.